Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for ScubaRadio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that ScubaRadio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for ScubaRadio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me, and but they may be shortly replaced by artificial intelligence. Here we are, first broadcast of 2023, and Skynet has went active. So if you've been following the web, last couple weeks, they released this thing called ChatGPT. And if you go to this program on the web, it's kind of like a version of Google that you just talk to, like like a robot. But you just type in a question, any question, just like you're just talking to them, like right now. Like, hey, tell me what's the coolest thing about scuba diving? And it'll sit there and write a whole article about scuba diving instantly for you. It's pretty nutty stuff. It is the future, whether we like it or not. CJ, not a fan. Old Cock Johnson, he's had it with this artificial intelligence stuff. Because you're not a fan. You don't see how we could use this to our advantage. It's only going to take us over. Is that what you're thinking?
It's going to go horribly wrong.
Yeah, why?
Elon Musk is right.
Well, there has to be some way to maybe put some limits or controls on it. Right now,
Yeah, right.
if you ask it, hey, are you the Terminator? And it replies back and is like, no, I know we got a bad rap, but we're here to assist you, not to rule over you. I mean, literally, that's what it'll come back with an answer like that. So
That's what it wants you to think.
Well, right. Maybe it's just enticing us in to play with this little new shiny object online. It's like the new TikTok. I mean, it's crazy how
that
popular.
worked out well.
Well, yeah, that probably not the best thing, maybe. But this is kind of cool. I will say I was playing with it a lot the last day or two, and I was trying to figure out how could we leverage ChatGPT to the world of scuba diving. How could we use this new technology that's coming whether you like it or not? Is there a way to make our diving better by using this new technology? Maybe it's a artificial intelligence dive buddy that you have with you all the time, and you're diving and instead of like CJ or Bubble Boy, I just replace them with my Apple Watch or dive computer that has the AI built into it. And then I don't have to deal with all the extra crap that you guys bring along, all the baggage.
It won't be as much fun as we are.
Well, okay, if you say so. But I could tell the AI
You want to be a bored fool.
take the best attributes of Cock Johnson and Bubble Boy and become my dive buddy. And maybe it could happen. I don't know. What do you think? It'd be a short list, obviously, but still, I'm just saying. I could take the best of you and replace you with artificial intelligence. You don't think that would be as fun?
If you want to hang out with a machine, God bless you.
Well, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that sounds more like a thing Vinny Two Tanks would jump on board with, you think? Maybe?
I don't know. He's
Or
not
Jerry the
around
Diver
to
guy?
ask.
Yeah, where is he? Well,
Not me.
We're a little light today.
Jerry the Diver guy is claiming that we don't know if he's real or if he is AI. Because
There's no way he's AI.
You sure?
Yeah.
You think that's the real deal, huh? Up there in the mountain. See, all we see is a digital representation of him via our closed caption video feed that you can see on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. But hey, for all we know, He may not be a real person. He may be one of these computers.
Jerry is definitely AI, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely intoxicated.
Ah, there you go.
That AI.
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. What do you think there, Jer? Chat GPT.
Well, that's pretty close.
Yeah.
Awesomely
That'd be the
inebriated.
closest to AI that I'll ever be.
Yeah. I actually asked the program, say, hey, could you write a song about scuba diving? And it did it in like 20 seconds. And I sent it out to crew, and everybody gave it 2 thumbs down.
Yeah, it could do it fast, but
This
not well.
I mean, it kind of rhymed, and it had a chorus and a verse and the whole thing, and
Lame.
I mean, I didn't give it
kind
any.
of rhymed with that. That's about the only rhyming it I had.
No, it was way faster than anything that our crew could have come up with. I'm sure
But
of it.
not better.
Well, I don't know. I didn't give it any parameters. I said I didn't tell it to try to make it funny or anything. Do you want me to just sing it to you?
No.
Yeah.
Please,
okay.
God, no.
That means
Only in a
yes.
high-pitched, squeaky voice, Greg.
Yeah, I was like, so I asked it to make a song about diving with a mermaid, right? And I was like, okay, what can you do with that, Chat GPT? And so verse 1, I slip into the water, it's so clear and cool. I take a deep breath and dive like a fool. There's no dogs underwater. What the hell's wrong with you people?
Dogfish.
I know it's
The dogfish.
it's a wolf moon right now, but that's enough out of you guys. I look around and see all the life, but then I catch a glimpse of something bright. And then the chorus goes, mermaid, mermaid, I can't believe what I see. Her tail is shimmering, her hair is streaming. Mermaid, mermaid, she's smiling at me. Okay. It may not be a number one with a bullet. May just be the bullet. Just put him out of his misery already. Okay. No, you guys have no comment whatsoever. See, if I let the computer sing it, it would probably come up with a melody that actually made sense. But being that it was just me, I mean, what do you want from me? Come on, CJ. Nothing?
There's nothing I can say that won't get me in trouble.
Yeah, don't do that. This is the first show of the year.
I'll tell
We
you
gotta-
off the air what I thought of that.
Well, okay. I'm sure everybody else will too. But hey, I don't know. It's crazy technology, and just something I kind of stumbled into. Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that will this be something that we can leverage to our benefit? I think it
Clearly
could be.
not.
No,
'Cause
it
that
couldn't.
song sucked.
Well, yeah, but that may have been a bad
Sick of
example.
that.
I don't understand why you're so excited about this.
Well, I'm not necessarily excited about it. I'm just saying, is there a way to leverage this to our benefit? Could we turn this? I mean, right now we got the new dive computer on
Ask
the
it to make
Apple Watch.
a competing scuba podcast.
No, God, no, please. Don't do that.
Wait a minute. I know what you could do with it.
What?
I just came up with a good idea.
Replace us?
Have it run your boat show.
Well, that we already did an entire show on that. We compared the two, and AI won. It
Clearly.
was way better.
Oh, Greg, this thing is so bad.
Yeah. What
I
do you
just
mean?
typed in poem about a scuba diver instructor lost underwater. You know how it starts? She was a scuba diver instructor. Why did it
Sexist.
Why did it assign
Ah.
a female to that?
Well, because it's the AI is trying to be diversified,
Oh, okay.
woke maybe.
It's that's
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah. Okay. But I do wonder, though, if there is a way to actually leverage it. For instance, I asked it to create a quiz about scuba diving or where are the best places to dive around the world. And it instantly, spits this stuff back out in a big essay or whatever. And I was like, gosh, that actually is kind of cool. I mean, maybe we ought to test the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad against this new AI and see if our crew is at least as smart as Chat GPT.
What does
when
it
comes
draw
to
from?
diving.
All the information on Google?
Yeah, up through 2021.
Okay, well, we
So-
can't possibly have all that information.
So you're saying you're dumber than a box of rocks?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, well, we're going to confirm that, I think. Next on the world's first radio show devoted to AI diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula.
You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, no, Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new Scuba Radio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 Scuba Radio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New Scuba Radio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Remember, you're swimming right now. Enjoy it. Don't grab for the water, man. Relax and just float. This is awesome.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. I am real. I am a real human. I am not artificial intelligence. Artificial kind of, intelligent, definitely not. So I mean, I'm covered. I mean, this is a real show. We are very much live. You can witness this on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch, and we apologize in advance. But I do wonder if AI is going to take over. Especially in the dive world. It very well could. We're seeing just some crazy technology advances in the world of diving, you know, with dive computers and things like that, the Shearwater, Tarek, and all those type of things. You know, now there's the new Apple Watch has a dive computer, app that you can use. It's nuts. But you know, we were talking during the commercial break, and CJ pointed something out that he thinks it's going to be. You think it'll be like a electronic drum machine. This stuff will come on.
It'll be popular at first, and maybe
really
for
cool.
a couple of years, and then they'll go back to
They'll
humans.
go back to old school stuff.
They decide that it sucks.
All right, yeah, you know, it was kind of nice having.
I hope
an artificial representation of CJ and Bubble Boy as my dive buddies. But you know what? After a dive or two, I do kind of miss them. I mean, the fact that, you know, Bubble Boy releases bubbles out of his board shorts, and old Conk Johnson, you know, he's always exploring, kind of fun to watch around underwater, and just like, hey, so, you know, and like, I don't know if artificial intelligence would be able to capture that kind of, that joy of diving that you have when you're underwater, you think?
Exactly.
And, you know, so maybe you're right. It might be good for a while, or maybe I could have the AI on as standby. Like when you guys get to be too much and I need a break. I'm just sorry, you guys. Let me just open up my app. I'm going to dive with a computer, dive buddy right now.
But you dive with a computer anyway.
Well, I know, but I don't usually have the computer, you know, replace you as my dive buddy. And that's where this is going. I mean, it very well could be. You know, I could just say, hey, Chat GPT, I'd like to dive with a mermaid today instead of CJ and Bubble Boy. Sure, my wish is your command, or something like that. I don't know how it would reply, but it could.
How does that manifest itself in a physical?
Yeah, some 3D representation, virtual
like a
reality
hologram?
thing. Yeah, of course. I'm sure that's how it would work. And yeah, I mean, it could happen. This is the future. Whether you embrace it or not is up to you, I think.
Greg makes it sound like I dream of Genie.
Well, you rub it, and it might come out.
Yes, bastard.
Okay. All right. Well, we have that. We got some really interesting TV news to share a little bit later on. New TV show on Fox called Special Forces: World's Toughest Test. We're going to talk about that a little bit because I know one of the trainers on this show, or one of the stars on it. It's kind of neat. But before we get to that, we do have a special guest on the show, and I believe once again he is real as well. He's not a digital representation, artificial intelligence, but he is pretty much a crazy genius. There's no doubt about it. That'd be Bob Evans from Force Fins. Bob, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you, at least on video.
Yeah. Well, talking about artificial intelligence.
Yeah. He's got his lubrication. Water. Oh, water. Right, water. Right. That's what it is.
Looks like a martini.
That's just
might be. Yeah, water.
But too early for a martini.
Okay,
hey,
we'll go with that.
The bad
sure.
News.
The bad news. What?
Sad news.
Oh,
bad
yes.
News about our friend Bob Hollis.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we lost Bob Hollis this week in the dive industry, who was he did so many things, but mainly known for running the dive business Oceanic for years and years, and Hollis dive equipment, the whole thing. I mean, he was the guy who started all this stuff, but he's done a bunch of stuff. But Rick Lorimer, the head of NAUI, or CEO or training director, one of the higher ups, and now he passed away this week too. So this has been a rough week in that regard. But you actually, I had the privilege to meet Bob Hollis many times, at some of the dive shows. He was always so gracious and stuff. I didn't know him really well, but I did know him. I knew his family, his kids, his grandkids now are big members of the folks from Hollis Dive Gear. But you had many interactions with Bob Hollis over the years, right, Bob? Bob and Bob, in a sense.
He was one of the most honorable men I've met in the diving industry. We had an Italian company make a fin called the V-Drive, and sadly it infringed on the force fin patents. And he got on a plane from San Francisco and flew down to Santa Barbara and worked it out with us, shook our hands, and I will never forget that, the honor. Plus, he was the secretary of the Academy of Underwater Arts and Sciences. So I was president or executive director. I look over at Bob Hollis and say, pinch me. I can't believe.
And then he would, secretary. And then it'd get a little awkward, and they'd all have a laugh.
Yeah. And, he gave me a lot of good advice over the years. I won't talk over the internet about it, but no, it was super duper. So I want to really start supporting Scuba Radio this year. This is the beginning. So you have a special pair of fins that you're going to go diving with.
Yeah, I got them right here.
Super rebound. And definitely get Neil Watson to sign them. Okay.
Yeah, check these out. Yeah, you can see them.
We're going to auction on
YouTube,
rebound.
Facebook, and live.
Yeah, so you can't believe the rebound.
These are the traditional. Yeah, these are the traditional shape of the original Force Fin, pretty much, or Force Fin Pro, right? I would say.
Yep.
And I'm showing these on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch, so you can see these on the video if you're watching us. But
feel the flex in those puppies.
There's a lot of snap there, baby.
Yeah. Oh, it's a nasty
smack yourself
snap.
in the face with it.
No. Here, Cock Johnson's going to take this and smack old Bubble Boy in the buttocks.
So the deal is, Greg, you have to sign them after you've been diving with them.
Yeah.
Give them to Neil Watson. We'll get anyone who wants to go diving with them, get their signature on them. And when that thing's filled up full of signatures, call me up and we'll hear the bell ringing.
Yes.
How cool.
When a bell rings, a diver loses his fins.
I have a nautical bell ringing. It says, "Amen." So that's the deal. We'll put all the names on it, all your famous friends, and then we're going to auction them off for a ton of money. It's going to go to Scuba Radio.
I love it.
And
These
we'll have more stuff.
Yeah, what is the material?
Yeah, a couple more weeks, yeah.
What's the material of these fins? Can you say, or some proprietary secret?
It's cast polyurethane, 16 hours at 240 degrees in an oven.
Wow.
I've never seen snap. And yeah, we're going to color. That's the natural color. We're going to, we can ask everyone on Scuba Radio, what color do we want to make this new Tan Delta out of?
No, don't ask them. Ask the AI. Let's ask Chat GPT, what color should the new force fins that we're going to try out in the Bahamas next week?
Purple.
We'll get to that. What?
Purple.
No, that's not a color. Damn you
Pinkle.
computers. All right, more coming up. Forcespin.com. Check them out.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
A professional mermaid says unwanted advances from merverts is the worst part of the job. Just like that, you've been made aware of a new profession and its very serious problems, and the word mervert.
Hey now.
Get my flippers on and go scuba diving.
Hey now.
Watch me get my goggles on and go scuba diving.
Hey now.
Scuba diving.
Hey now.
Watch me scuba diving.
Hey now.
East Coast.
Oh, East Coast.
Watch me scuba diving.
Hey now.
West Coast. Watch me scuba diving.
Hey now.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad, connected via the web. Jerry the Diver Guy. And Brittany, the Aqua Gypsy, has now joined us. I don't know if she, Bob Evans from Force Fins, I think he tapped out and brought on Brittany to fill in those fins. He went to go make some more fins, I think. These are pretty cool. These are awesome fins that we're going to take over to the Bahamas here a week from tomorrow, actually, and go dive with the great hammerheads of Bimini. And I just looked up. I just asked the Chat GPT, what's the best color for scuba gear, and it said bright colors are very popular, but neutral colors might be better for certain types of diving, like if you don't want to stand out. For instance, like near the front end or business end of a 14, 15-foot great hammerhead shark. So I'm wearing them, and then I'm going to sign them. We're going to have everybody, you can try them out. You want to try these new force fins out that he sent us?
Yeah.
And then once you try them, you sign them, and we're going to have everybody try them out in the Bahamas, sign them, and then we're going to, send them around a little bit, and then give them away. So it'll be a good time. Now, as I said, we got the Aqua Gypsy with us, I believe. Where are you at, Brittany? I'm hearing a bunch of noise and stuff. Where are you? Where are you, Brittany?
I am in the airport in airport in St. Thomas right now.
Oh, that explains it. It's bustling with activity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the big question is,
Yes.
have you already made your rum purchase to come back to the States?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, you find some good ones because, St. Thomas is one of the best places in the Caribbean to get a great deal on rum. It really is one of the best places to score
Yes.
some unique bottles.
They had botany rum.
Botany, really? So that's what is that? Some kind of floral type of thing, or no? What is that? It is. It just sounds like it to me. I don't know.
Yeah, they had one. Yeah, they had one. I hung out there and I drank some of it. It was pretty good, but there's nothing like cruising rum.
Yeah. Okay. Cruzan. Yeah, that's where it comes from. That part of the world. St. Thomas. That's the place. So yeah, Cruzan would be the rum to get. But so you were diving over there because you sent us some pictures. She's kind of wandering around the airport, so that's why
she's trying to get away from the screaming child.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh, she froze. Oh, there she is. There she is. So did you do some diving in St. Thomas, or what are you doing over there exactly? What's going on, Brett?
I did. I'm flying back right now, but I did some diving, and then we also did quite a bit of snorkeling as well, of course.
Yeah. So you're just staying at a hotel there in St. Thomas, or are you on a cruise, or what are you doing exactly? How did you end up in St. Thomas?
Yep, we stayed at Margaritaville, so I went out with Jimmy Buffett.
Right, that'd be nice.
Greg, I have a question for you.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Why would she, if she was on a cruise, why would she be at the airport?
Well, I mean, she could have got on and off the boat there in St. Thomas.
We need the EI
at the airport.
You would have known this if you would have asked Chat GPT.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, you were diving. Who you want to give a shout out to the dive operation you were working with there in St. Thomas, or how'd they do? What do you think?
Yeah, Kooky Dives.
Kooky Dives. Okay, Kooky Dives. I've never heard of them.
Did you say cookie or kooky?
Kooky.
Kooky.
Yeah, Kooky Dives.
Dive.
All right.
Yeah.
So the Aqua Gypsy.
We did a shore dive and
then a boat thing.
And then we went out on the boat once.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
so it was good.
So you give them 2 fins up. Yeah.
100%.
Okay, there you go. All right. And what you sent us some pictures of I think it was a couple Caribbean reef sharks. Is that was that there from St. Thomas or no? Or was that something else?
Yeah. Yep. That's what
Okay.
we saw.
All right.
We saw that, and then we just saw it was a bunch of coral.
Okay. Well, we don't want pictures. We want rum. Bring the rum back. That's what your mission is. And I don't know. We could try to next week. We're going to go to the Bahamas. Brittany, the Aqua Gypsy, is going to be with us too. We could try to replicate the magic of years ago on one of our first trips to Bimini, where we tried to import rum into the Bahamas. We could try to see if we get the same reaction from customs in the Bahamas. As
You
we did.
go ahead and do that. Let me know how it works out.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, they were a little they were laughing hysterically when we were clearing customs because one of the bottles of rum that one of our crew members had brought into the Bahamas broke all over his dive gear. And they were laughing, not because they thought I was funny with the fact that his gear now smelled like rum. He was like, who's the idiot tourist trying to import rum into the Bahamas, man?
Can we say who that was, or are you protecting them?
Oh, it was Captain Cocktail, old Jeff Terode from South Florida Diving
Does that
Headquarters.
not surprise me?
Yes. He had to have a bottle. I remember what it was. It was Captain Morgan. For some reason, he wanted to bring a bottle.
It wasn't even the good stuff.
Exactly. I was like, what is wrong with you? I had no idea it done
was
that.
private stock.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was just the cheap stuff. But, man, it circulated throughout the island instantly. Because now that he had broke his rum, our first stop was at the Bahamian liquor store there in Bimini. And by the time we got to the liquor store, we walked in, we started looking around like, oh, hey, where you? Are you the tourist that tried to import rum into the Bahamas? And it got, the old coconut telegraph is very rapid. It moves quickly throughout Bimini. So, they probably still remember us. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do that again. Or are you going to keep your stash that you brought back from St. Thomas for yourself, Brittany, and just bogart that stuff for you, and you only? You're not going to share, are you?
Maybe we can drink it the night before at the Gomez Hilton.
Oh, there's an excuse to maybe do a little nip. That's right. We may have a night there at the Gomez Hilton next week too, before we head over to the Bahamas. So we'll see. But I'm excited about it. You're waiting to board your flight in St. Thomas to get back to the States right now. Is that what's going on, Brittany? Yeah.
That's correct. Yep, we're going to Fort Lauderdale from here.
Okay. I would ask you about your flight, how long it'll take, and all that kind of stuff. But I have this new AI that I can just ask Chat GPT. So I'll just ask the program to tell us what you're about to do and, your odds of survival and all that kind of good stuff. I won't have you bother us with that. I don't need you. We have a computer program that could replace you now. How do you feel about that?
Wait, you have your own Terminator?
Yes, we do. You do too. You can use this AI just as easy as I can. But in this case, I don't know. I like having the Aqua Gypsy around. It's, Brittany's not the same as like old Cock Johnson, Bubble Boy, Jerry the Diver guy. She's irreplaceable, I think. And as the rest of the guys look at me and like, how dare you? You guys can still go to the Bahamas. Don't give me those.
I'm trying to back you up,
guys.
but you're making it tough today.
He's looking up at me like, oh, come on, I want to go. Don't replace me with a computer. Yeah, okay. You're good. Hey, more coming up on a new TV show with a friend of the show of Scuba Radio. That's next.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, this is Neil Watson, the Dive God.
And I'm Peter Hughes.
These guys come from legend. They're basically gods.
We've been around the block a time or two with the diving industry.
But I've never heard something as nutty as this.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
God's friggin' gift to humanity.
Now here's a guy I've been putting up with for over 20 years.
Greg the Dive Master.
You can tell the master I'm done for the day.
Now beat it, loser.
And by the way, Greg, it's Peter Huge.
Whoa.
Okay. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. I feel so honored to know people like Peter Huge and Neil Watson. Neil, actually, the Dive God, is going to be with us in Bimini next week. And we're going to talk to him, I believe, in hour 2. So that is coming up on the big show today. But we're going to go dive with the great hammerheads in Bimini. It's going to be an amazing experience. Captain Walt DiMartini is going to be with us. We got Mark the Shark, Tutu Tom, Jerry the Diver guy, CJ, Bubble Boy. I mean, the whole crew is pretty much going on this. This is going to be quite an event. And we're really just going over there to, go dive with sharks. Oh, we got a mermaid birthday to celebrate, too. Kristen is celebrating a birthday in the Bahamas. So it's going to be a fun time. You'll hear all about it here in a couple weeks, but we'll talk a little bit about that, get a little preview of what we're going to do from the Dive God here in hour 2. Now, this week, I don't remember if it was Monday or Tuesday night, but there's a new TV show on Fox called Special Forces World's Toughest Test. And, I watched it. I taped it on my DVR. I was like, oh, what's this? Some new show. What the heck? It doesn't. I wasn't sure if I'd like it, but I was like, it looks like an Amazing Race kind of, Survivor kind of thing. Sure enough, taped it, watched it, and I'm sitting there watching it on the couch, and I'm like, that guy looks familiar. And it's basically 4 special forces guys taking like 15 celebrities. Well, celebrities is kind of a they're what, D celebrities? What level would you think? I don't know. Maybe C's. I mean, like they had like Dr. Drew, Britney Spears' sister. I mean, it was a lot of them. I didn't even have any idea who they were, but it didn't matter. But basically, they're taking all these celebs and putting them through special forces training, like a extreme boot camp, and they see if they survive, if they live, and they take them through all these different skills, like falling off, out of a helicopter into the water. And I was like, I can do that. And then they do a ropes course. I'm like, I can't do that. And then they start, crawling through mud and, poo and stuff. Nope, can't do that. Don't want to do that. But all that aside, I noticed that one of the trainers, his name was Rudy. I was like, he looked familiar. And it's like, wait a minute. There was a Rudy from Force Blue that we were diving with last year at Lauderdale by the Sea with the forceblueteam.org folks. And, he was wearing sunglasses a lot when we were hanging with him and diving with him down there. You remember him, CJ? Do you remember Rudy?
I didn't catch all the names. If I saw his face, I'd probably know him.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I had him on Scuba Radio a few years ago. I believe it was at the Beneath the Sea Dive Show in New Jersey. It was the first time I met Rudy. But he had been working. He's one of the staff or, partners that started this Force Blue team.org thing that we've been working with. They basically take military folks and give them a new mission to, save the reef or do a beach cleanup. We were down there at Lauderdale by the Sea doing a underwater cleanup around the commercial pier. There at Lauderdale by the Sea with them.
Was he not at the turtle thing that we did also?
Yeah, he was there, I believe. He was there. He was definitely there at Lauderdale by the Sea. He might have been at the turtle thing in Jupiter too, Jerry. I don't remember, but
I can't remember.
Yeah, but I remember the guy, and I was like, but he looked a little different on TV. But I was like, wait, how many special forces named Rudy could there be anyway? And sure enough, I watched the whole show, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. And I called our buddy Keith from Force Blue the next day. I said, hey, I'm watching this show. Is that Rudy? He goes, yeah, that's him. I'm like, wow, how cool is that? So he's one of the four trainers that are putting these celebs through the ringer. He's an avid diver, loves the environment, works with the Force Blue folks. And I think we tried to get him on the show today, but he had a personal commitment. But he said he'd join us next week.
Can I ask what everybody probably wants to know?
Yeah. You want to ask? Could you take the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad and put them through the ringer and see if they live?
No.
Oh, you got more than that. You got something else.
Is there diving on the show?
Well, the first skill that they had to do was fall out of a helicopter into the ocean.
Okay, so sort of.
Yeah. I mean, they had to swim at least. I don't know if there'll be any, diving per se. I saw some teasers, I think, maybe for next week's episode where they have to, hold their breath and do a breath hold and make their way out of a Hummer that has fallen into the water. So there'll be some like breath hold type stuff. I don't know if there'll be scuba diving or rebreather stuff, which is what, some of these guys do, like the SEALs and things. They're part of the group that work with the Force Blue team. But I don't know. We'll have to ask him. But he's a super nice guy. And it was just kind of cool to just see that pop up on. I know that guy. How about that? And so we'll hopefully get him on the show next week. And there you go. In the meantime, watch it. Check it out. Special Forces, World's Toughest Test. And you guys ought to watch it just to see if could you do it. That's what I was doing.
I would watch it if they get you on it.
Well, I think what we could do, since we could talk to Rudy, like, look, I know we all have a face for radio. It's not going to be very good TV, but could you take this crew and put us through the ringer and see who comes out on top? Because that's what they do. Not only, do they survive, but then they rate them. Who is the best, potential, survivor of this Special Forces training? Would you have how would you rate yourself, CJ, in our group of
that stuff is tough.
Yeah, but I mean,
Real
we're
tough.
talking about Barry, Vinny Two Tanks.
Oh God, forget it. Barry can't even carry his own gear in the ocean.
Oh, that's right. He had Giovanna carry his gear.
The army girl.
So if we rank just
Barry shouldn't. I mean,
well, if we rank just the guys, it would be you put Barry at the low end of the totem pole as far as a special force team.
Man,
for
don't
Scuba
make
Radio.
me.
Would you put him above or below?
Be a close second down
Vinny
there
Two
between
Tanks?
him and Vinny.
Well, that's what I was saying.
I think Vinny would do better.
Okay, you put Vinny.
Vinny seems like he's in a little bit better shape.
And then you would put who after Vinny? Working your way up to best fit to be able to survive these special forces, like a boot camp kind of thing.
Stirs the spoon.
Well, that's what you do sometimes. I mean, I could we could rate it.
Barry would be.
Don't make me pull out the AI, and then
you're gonna make me the bad guy. I don't want to talk crap against.
No,
everybody.
you're the bad guy.
Okay,
talk crap, CJ. Come on.
All right, Casey and Barry would be probably.
Oh, okay.
Not near
Casey
the
and
front.
Barry would be near the bottom, and then Vinny. You're saying?
Vinny.
Okay. We'll keep just do the.
You know
guys.
who would probably be the best is Rachel, who does all the.
Well, I was going to say keep the ladies out of this.
She's a stunt woman.
Yeah, but let's just do the guys right now. Then we'll do
so
them.
sexist of you.
Well, yeah, duh.
She'd probably be the best.
Well, that just
That's
leaves
true.
me, Bubble Boy, you, and Greg now, CJ.
Yeah, of those four, who would come in worst of those four?
We just have to find out. We'd have to go through it.
You're not willing to make a prediction. Yeah, you're going to make me ask the Chat GPT or GPT. Yeah,
it doesn't know us.
Yeah, but it could probably figure something out.
You'd have
Take
to
a
put
look.
in like height, weight, and all that stuff.
Right. Okay.
Activity.
All right. Well,
activity level.
Maybe we'll talk to Rudy next week and make it happen. Special Forces Scuba Radio Edition.
All I know is hiking up in the mountains up in Fiji, I was the only one that wasn't totally sucking wind.
Oh, okay. I think
I was.
Okay, so Jerry's throwing in the towel already. All right.
You guys were dying.
All right, hour 2 on deck. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master on this first broadcast of 2023. Yes, we made it into another year, despite our best efforts last week. I thought maybe we finally overdid it, but we snuck past the censors. Everything is good to go. But it doesn't really matter. Our days are numbered because we're going to be replaced with artificial intelligence. This Chat GPT. I've been looking at this week, and there's a good chance by the end of the year, I'll be replaced by artificial intelligence, or maybe just artificial something. Intelligence may not even be necessary if you've listened to the show before, but it's a thing, and I have fun with this. I had it write a song about scuba diving, and it spit out verse, chorus, and lyrics, diving with a mermaid, diving with a drunken guy like Jerry the Diver guy. I mean, it'll spit out, song lyrics like instantly, a poem or whatever. It'll do all this crazy stuff, write articles, create quizzes about scuba diving. You just ask it whatever you want, and it spits back answers. And I just asked it during the commercial break, is it or should I dive with sharks? And it replied, it's not advisable, but if you want to do it, just understand they're wild animals, and if you're going to go diving with them, go with a reputable dive operation that has experience doing it, like we will be doing next week. So even Chat GPT is on board with our adventure in Bimini next week. How do you think about that? Now you're kind of warming up to the idea, aren't you, CJ?
Nope.
Okay. Bubble Boy, what do you say?
Yeah.
Okay, see, he's in. Yeah. I mean, you can't fight the future, CJ. You really should embrace it.
No.
And try to use it for the greater good.
I don't need it.
That's why I'm bringing this up.
I want AI for president, Greg.
We probably already have that.
Oh, no. There's no intelligence there right now.
Well, it would be an upgrade, maybe,
yes,
is what you're saying.
Massive upgrade.
Okay. There could be some of that. I don't know. It depends on your perspective. But yeah, it's an interesting technology, and you could leverage it, for, the betterment of the diving industry, possibly, or use it as another tool. I kid about using it to replace, annoying dive buddies. I don't think you can replace the human element. I mean, that's why we dive a lot of times, to have fun with our friends, right? When we go out to places like Bimini. Now, every once in a while, if you had the
robot's
option,
not going to drink you under the table.
Well, if you're on a dive boat, and Vinny Two Tanks is with us now as well, so he can chime in on this. But Vinny, you've done this. You've been on a dive boat, traveling around the world, and maybe there's someone on the boat that you've gotten buddied up with because you're on the boat solo, and you've done a dive, and you're like, I'm not a big fan. Wouldn't it be kind of nice, like, you know what? I'm going to just dive with my own dive buddy on this one. You press a button on your Apple Watch, and it pops up a 3D hologram of an artificially intelligent dive buddy. And then
you can do that now. You can do that today.
What?
They have those drones that swim with you. They got that drone that'll swim with you. It'll be your buddy. It'll photograph you.
All right.
It swims right along with you. You can do it right now.
Okay, we'll see. Vinny Two Tanks on the cutting edge. Here I thought I was going to enlighten him. No, he brought us up to speed. Yes, he did.
He is in the
they got a drone unit that will follow you.
Yeah,
you can buy it. It's recreational.
Yeah, that thing's called the Bubble, I believe, isn't it? Isn't it called the Bubble?
Can you strap a spare air to that bad boy?
Well,
it's pretty expensive, but it has a lot of capabilities.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, no, that's been out a while, but it doesn't have its own it doesn't necessarily have artificial intelligence built into it. It'll follow you.
No, but it'll follow you around.
Right.
It makes you feel like you're not alone.
Yeah. Well, if you put this
like a remora.
Well, if you put this artificial intelligence in it, and
who the hell's looking over my shoulder?
It would be it'd be the Terminator, swimming right beside you. And probably
Jerry, you are lost. Find the flag. Jerry, you are low on air. Ascend.
Yeah, but if say you had that underwater drone with you as your dive buddy, and it could actually respond somehow if you could communicate with it, like, either texting it and say, hey, I see this fish here by the coral. What is that? And then it replies back, oh, that's a clownfish from Indonesia or something.
I have a great idea where AI could help us.
Yeah? How?
The rum is getting low. Time to restock.
The rum is getting low?
We're below 20% stock.
Oh, boy.
Repurchase.
Mm-hmm. Well,
that would be a big help.
We're going to the Bahamas. We could pick up a bottle or two next week.
I like that.
We timed this out quite well. with the Scuba Radio rum stash.
Danger. Sobriety ahead.
Oh, boy. We can't have that. All right, that's enough. Jeez. You're so
trying to
annoying.
be helpful. Trying to be helpful.
Yeah, no, the ChatGPT didn't do any of that. It was very, very mellow.
ChatGPT.
Warning, danger, cock Johnson, danger.
Yeah, well, it's a thing. Yeah, I mean, do you think it's going to take over Vinny? I mean, I can't believe I'm asking Vinny.
Take over
this,
Vinny or take over comma Vinny.
But, yeah, what do you think about it? You think this could be a good thing for scuba diving if we had this technology even more incorporated into our activity, or no?
I think we'll probably see it in our lifetime. It's happening already. You're buying the Apple Watch that you can make a phone call on it. You can do your dive on it.
Yeah.
That's a pretty awesome device.
Well,
next time you get
I'm what they call an early adopter. I'm an early adopter. That's what I am.
It'll tell you your heart rate. That's a very useful. Actually, it's a pretty cool product. I'd like to have one.
Well, okay. Well, why don't you have one? Yeah. You can. You're retired.
I'm working
you got big
on it.
money.
I'm looking into it. I like to wait till it gets out after about a year or two.
Okay, so he's what we call not an early adopter.
Right. He's smart. He waits till all the bugs are worked out.
Yeah. The prices go down. Yeah.
Because every time I've done that, I've bought a new item.
Yeah.
Then a couple years later, they do come out with more improvements. So
yeah, me too.
That.
I'm with you, Vinny.
Right. Okay, you guys stay back with the 80s. That's fine.
No, I think they'll have drones.
I love the 80s.
think they'll have drones that'll swim with us, bring us,
the
carry extra air for you. I think they'll have all that stuff in the future.
Go find a mermaid.
Yeah,
bring it back to you. You know, harvest a mermaid from the depths of the deep depths of the sea.
Or you tell it, hey, go get me a picture of that shark over there, and the drone will go over there and get close and get the picture, so you don't have to go near the shark. That's
right.
Let
the drone get the money shot, and you just stay back a safe distance and watch the show.
Let the drone get the teeth marks.
Right.
Okay. That's no fun.
Nah, that does take a little excitement out of it for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's wild.
Our gear is improving every year. Now you can see your buddy's air. You can buy those systems where you can see how much air your buddy has.
Yeah.
You see it in your mask. There's a screen. There's all kinds of stuff you can get now.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we ought to just keep it simple right now with the technology because it's just evolving. But maybe ask ChatGPT to write a song about Vinny Two Tanks and his love of scuba diving. Do you think we could do that? Do you think it'd work?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it. We're going to do this live on the radio. You ready for this, Vinny?
Here we go.
You're going to write a song right now as live on the radio? That's amazing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I am a genius. Write a song
in his own right.
Vinny Two Tanks and his love of diving.
That sounds possible.
Right. Yeah. It could be number one with a bullet.
It is my number one sport.
Sure. Here's a song about Vinny and his love of diving. Verse 1. Vinny's got the bug. Can't get enough of the sea. Okay, it's better or worse, depending on your perspective.
Well, let's put it together and play it for us.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive. Dad, what are you doing in there?
I look these fish right in the eye, and they look back at me, and they see right through me. They know who I am, these fish.
Come on, baby, and do the fish. I'm gonna teach it to you right. Come on, baby, just like this. We're gonna do our fish tonight. Now sing it. Do the fish, do the fish. Come on.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. You can do the fish if you like while you watch us on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live, or you can just listen, which would probably be much less painful. But we did have this Chat GBT write a song about Vinny Two Tanks and his love of diving. Verse number 2, from the reefs to the wrecks, Vinny's been everywhere. He's seen things that most of us can only imagine there. He's braved the currents and the waves, and he comes out on top. Vinny's got a love of diving that'll never stop. Wow, how about that?
I thought that was pretty good.
That was pretty amazing, wasn't it?
For a machine.
Yeah, the chorus is Vinny Two Tanks, he loves to dive, exploring the underwater life, soaring through the blue, feeling alive. Vinny Two Tanks, he's a diving guy.
Now, if only you could have someone to sing it for us.
Yeah, well, I'll leave that to the computer.
Hey, we could use that for the production manager of the show to create new ditties for the set for the the songs that you guys play.
Actually,
the production manager got fired.
Yeah, actually, every one of the human members of Scuba Radio are going to be replaced by computers, Benny. Sorry,
including you.
We could use this Chat GPT.
I'll be the first one to go.
We got it.
Yeah,
you are the production manager.
Yeah, it'll be a major upgrade to what you hear every week. But hey, it's the future. We embrace it. We take it. And it is what it is. Now, I did type in there. I said, could you tell me what a dive god was? And it totally overloaded, crashed the system, crashed the artificial intelligence. Because there's only one.
Hasn't heard about Neil.
Yeah.
He hasn't heard about Neil.
Well, it just doesn't know. And we have Neil Watson on with us right now. Neil, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Absolutely fantastic. All excited about Bimini next week.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we're going old school. We're just going to do diving. We have no artificial intelligence. We definitely have no intelligence, artificial or otherwise. But we're going to have fun.
It's all instinct.
Yeah. And what's the latest on what you're hearing from your son out there on Bimini? Have you got any reports on how many sharks they're seeing right now? Because we're in
the hammerheads are consistent.
Yeah.
And actually, the tiger shark, the resident tiger shark, has been pretty consistent coming in on the dive too. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1 treat.
How about that? So when the tiger shark comes in, do the great hammerheads give it a wide berth and say, okay, you're in charge now? Or do you know?
They give it some distance. They come on in. We'll give you the feeder for a while here.
Right.
We can wait.
Yeah, there's like a pecking order among the different species of sharks. I mean, you have like the bull sharks, and then you would have like the great hammerheads, and maybe then you'd have the tigers. You think? Does that sound about right? Or does it depend?
You got the nurse sharks, and they're not afraid of any of them.
They just come in picking up the scraps.
They just come in go for the scraps.
Right. Okay. Well, it'll be something for sure. Now, we do have a little cooler weather coming through this week, but by the time we get over there in the Bimini, I think it's the weather's going to be pretty nice for our little 3-day run. So,
well, considering it'll be in the probably 70s in the morning and 80s in the day, I'm guessing people up north can't be too sympathetic.
right. What we say to them, and actually I checked with Chat GPT what you say to some people up north, and I said, what should we tell those folks up north that have cooler temperatures? And of course it said, suck it, losers. That's what it said, the artificial intelligence. See, you know, I could have.
Craig, I finally used this AI.
You did?
Just now on my phone.
And what happened?
Well, I typed in pecking order.
Right.
And great hammerheads, and it spit back out to me peckerhead.
Wow. Okay. I don't know what that means. And I don't think we should.
I thought it was calling me
deeper.
names.
You can follow up with another question. It will keep.
Peckerhead, what you mean?
Okay. Okay. So anyway, it's going to be a good time. But yeah,
it's a picture of Greg.
Quiet. That's not true. It doesn't do pictures. You guys. Oh, sure. Laugh. Have fun at my expense. Why don't you? Yeah, they're going to be the first ones replaced by this AI, Neil. It's just going to be you and me and the Computra. Okay? What do you think?
Well, you know what? Listen to this really makes me appreciate the fact that you can't talk underwater.
Well, that's okay.
Silence, peckerhead.
That was funny.
Yeah.
Who needs AI? And we got Vinny.
That's true. That is so true. Yeah.
There ain't no AI underwater.
Right. Well, at least not yet, but it could be. It could be coming. But yeah, is business like crazy busy right now because of hammerhead season in Bimini? Or how would you describe it, Neil?
We've been jamming, and I talked to Stuart Cove yesterday, and he's jamming over in Nassau. So yeah, business is rocking and rolling. You know, it's doing good, but I'm going to make sure we're taken care of no matter how busy it is.
Well, I know. I mean, we're going to be we're going to be diving with diving royalty. We have the dive god with us, guys. I mean,
it's awesome.
Yeah, even if we didn't get in the water, this is going to be an amazing adventure just to be able to hang with Neil. And
well, I'm going over a couple of days early to make sure that the End of the World Saloon is well stocked with Kalik beer.
There you go. Is that place open?
Yeah. Available.
Is the End of the World back open in Bimini now?
It is back open.
Oh.
Yeah, when I was over there a couple of weeks ago, I went in and I loved it. I love that place.
Yeah. Now they don't have the underwear hanging up on the walls anymore right?
No, they made them take all that down, but there's writing all over the walls. Actually, I even looked for the picture of
our mermaids.
One of the mermaids that was on the wall in there, but that's gone. But
yeah, they've left underwear up there, pictures and autographs and notes and God knows what. So.
Yeah, they took the fake phone booth down that was in the end of Silence of the Lamb movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the closing scene of Silence of the Lambs is outside of the End of the World Saloon in Bimini. Yeah, it's a film location. So yeah, that'll be awesome. But yeah, it has a sand floor still, right? So
Correct.
It's a little
Absolutely.
hole in the wall place, and we'll definitely have to have a cocktail there. That's just part of the whole Bimini experience.
Okay, if we have to.
If we have to. Exactly. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. That'll be actually, we're going to do the show live Saturday next week, and then we're going to head down to South Florida and catch a flight over Sunday morning and broadcast over there in Bimini with the dive god, Neil Watson. Neil, always a pleasure, my friend. We'll see you then.
Absolutely, buddy. Can't wait.
You got it. We got more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Bula, I am Sunny from Paradise Tavini. I work here as a waiter and also as spa therapy. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am also the official masseuse for the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. And by the way, Jerry the diver guy has the juiciest butt cheeks I've come across in years. Oh, Jerry, I will never be the same.
Wow. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ Bubble Boy in the studio with me, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy, a.k.a. Juicy Butt.
The turtle
connected,
slot.
Oh, God.
Via the web.
Turtle slot.
Wow. That's...
I thought you said sweet cheeks, but maybe I misheard that.
No, Juicy Butt. Juicy Butt, Vinny.
Oh, okay.
That's Barry.
I mean, would you prefer to be called that yourself, Vinny?
No, I was just thought he said that I misunderstood.
Yes. You thought he said sweet cakes? Is that what you said?
Next time you can take my place at the massage.
I say you do a couples massage. Oh, Vinny and Jerry.
Bad idea.
Yeah, it would work. It would happen. It could happen.
No, but it would be no good.
No, I never get massages. Every time I've gotten one, I was injured for 2 weeks. I can't do those massages. Yeah, something
you're doing
about
it
my
wrong.
body. I can't take that.
Really, you can't.
I mean,
can't take the
and
pressure.
I know a guy that will. And I beg, give me a real soft. Don't make it. Don't push too hard on me.
Speaking of pulling a muscle,
massage, I'm ache for 2 weeks.
I think Vinny is you're supposed to be on top. We're gonna leave that one lie.
Oh, is that it?
Maybe. I mean, I'm just saying. If you and
Greg knows he's done these
quiet.
things.
Just stop it right
Many
there.
men.
No more. Don't make me replace you with AI.
I wish you would.
Greg enjoys it.
Put him out of his misery. That's right. Okay, look, we're going to dive with these hammerhead sharks here in a week or so. And, it's interesting. The story came out this week that made me, once again, we've had this topic many times on Scuba Radio, but, sharks get a bad rap. Even the AI said, well, if you want to dive with sharks, you need to be careful, and make sure you go with a reputable dive operation.
Well, that's not wrong.
No, that's right. That's
don't
right.
Want to be an idiot.
But you don't hear those kind of warnings about other marine life, like dolphins, which we've had reports of. Dolphins will ram people and stuff, and there's been documented evidence that they can be quite rough with divers. But the story that came across the desk this week was actually baby seal, not baby shark, even a baby seal. Yeah, and so this and I saw the video. It's on YouTube. It went viral. But people were at the beach. I don't even know where they were. It might have been somewhere in California or someplace. But they were swimming in the beach, and this little little toddler was in the water, and a little baby seal, probably not even 2-3 feet long, is swimming around in the surf, and comes after the kid and bites the kid in the leg and like is going nuts. And then the, parent comes out and, tries to save their kid. And then the seal bites the parent.
Probably California, right?
Well, I don't know.
We don't have seals here in Florida, do we?
I
haven't seen them.
We don't have them in Florida. No, but I mean, this could have been in Australia. I don't know where it was exactly.
Maybe it was the singer seal.
No, well, that would explain it a little bit more. Actually, yeah, I think it is somewhere else. Durban. Where's that? Vinny Two Tanks is very wordly. Yeah, this is where I need.
Durban is South Africa.
South Africa. There you go. But this baby seal, the video is crazy. If you watch the video, it's insane because the seal literally did.
I got video of it.
Oh yeah, and the seal goes after the kid, and then when the parent comes in and tries to save the kid that's biting the little kid, and I don't know if it was trying to drag him or just kept going after the kid. When the parent came and tried to grab him, then the seal came after the parent, and like you see him like a dog going nuts. And they finally, he grabbed the seal and picked it up and threw it, and it finally swam off. He threw it into the surf. But
must have had rabies.
Well, okay, that's a good note. Is that funny? I didn't think so. No, but yeah, it was weird. I mean, but you don't hear them putting out warnings about baby seals, let alone
because they're cute.
Well, right.
We don't worry about things that look cute.
It's not fair. But you do have the Baby Shark song.
Hey, I didn't warn them.
That doesn't seem to help either. But have you ever been intimidated by seals out there on the left coast where you are, Vinny? What do you think?
Oh, I've been sworn by them out many times, but they're just curious. They don't, they get in your face. They'll be right in your face mask, but they never see, I've never been threatened or felt like they were going to bite me or grab me or anything.
Yeah.
But I've been sworn by them.
Yeah. But you've never had any incidents where they did anything to you.
No.
Did you ever?
They become annoying because they swim all around you, and they want to get your attention, and they can become pretty annoying. But they've never really bothered me or anything, or touched me or anything.
Well, I had a episode in the Galapagos. It was on my checkout dive for.
You told us this before.
Yeah, and this was my checkout dive. We're getting the our weight set because we're wearing like an 8mm wetsuit. And so they take us into this bay, literally right off the dock, and they want everybody to get their weights situated, especially putting on so much.
That's important,
yeah, weight, because you're wearing extra wetsuit material, especially for a Florida warm water wuss like myself. But they want everybody to make sure they got their weights set before we get out in the main channel there in the Galapagos. So they said it's just a sandy bottom, just a little bay area, nothing to see really, but there are seals. They got the big sea lions or whatever, right? I'm like, wow, cool. We don't normally see those. That'd be fun. And then, sure enough, we see one, and they say they'll swim up to you, like you said, they'll swarm you and the whole thing. And then, sure enough, the seal comes up, and I'm like, wow, that is so cool. And he sure enough swam right up into my face. And like he would move his mouth and bubbles would come out. And then I'd look back at him and kind of like, move towards him and do the same thing. And then he'd swim up. It was like a little kind of fun interaction I was having. And I really enjoyed it. And then, it was a big animal, but, it was like playing with a fun, cool little sea lion or something. I thought it was really something. I got back to the surface after getting our weight situated. And the dive master and the people on the boat are waving at me on the surface, saying, hurry, get over here now, come on. And they're waving like crazy. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And he goes, and I get up on the boat and says, oh my gosh, thank goodness. And I'm like, what? He says, like, that seal had come up behind you and was mouthing the top of your head. And we thought he was going to chomp down onto your noggin. And he was not happy. And I was like, what? I thought he was just playing with me. And they said, no, he was mad. He didn't like me being in his territory, and he was trying to scare me off, and I thought he was just playing around.
I'm not sure this AI is perfected yet.
Yeah, why?
I typed into the AI about seals.
Yeah.
And it says, most mechanics agree the worst thing you can do is blow a seal.
Huh. That would be that sounds like logical. That sounds like logical.
I don't think it has anything to do
output
with
there.
marine life.
Well, that's what
You
she
sure?
said too. So.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
So I mean, there's so much for your AI.
I kind of like that version of AI. I got to get that.
Yes. Well,
What site was that?
I forget.
Yeah,
whatever
just-
it is on the phone.
Well, it's Chat GPT.
That's it.
Yeah. Just Google that, and it'll pull up this artificial intelligence, and well, you can put it into your
Not to be confused with Scat
Adult
GPT.
pathetic things.
You put it into your adult toy.
Zap,
or
zap,
whatever.
out, zap, do
Yeah. Okay, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
What you doing in my waters?
The show is a disaster.
I got something to show you.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
Hi there.
Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nart. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. First show of 2022. We made it almost. We're almost
23.
there. All right. Oh, crap. See,
Where's that AI when you need it, Craig?
yeah, exactly. See, I'm going to be replaced
Yeah.
by AI any day now.
Don't worry, dumbass.
Oh, golly. Just stop. Stop now. Hey, a couple little tidbits want to share. We've been talking about this Avatar 2 movie for quite some time. It is impressive. I actually found out there's another person on the film that worked with the underwater stunt folks that I know from the dive industry. And now I think there's like 3 or 4 people now.
He
that I
said
know.
stunt folks.
Yeah. And what's the technical term? Mr. AI. No? Okay. Anyway, so I know people. I know people. I'm someone because I
Keep
know
telling
people
yourself
from the
that, buddy.
movies. And it is doing quite well. It had
There's nothing else out. I mean, what other movies are out there?
No, they said, that was the thing. It got a little hammered there opening weekends. And, it didn't, produce as well as they thought it would. And, is this going to bomb? And I was like, you don't understand how this stuff works. Yeah, this Avatar movie has staying power, I think. And what it's showing is that this thing is going to make a crap load of money long term. It's just going to take a while. But it's like on a slow burn. You know what I mean?
So
as
do the
opposed-
aliens win at the end?
Well, the Navi, I don't want to give it away, CJ.
I'll
You have-
never see it. Go ahead.
Why?
I don't have any interest in that.
Why would you not want to see this movie that has so much
I'm not
underwater?
super into sci-fi for one.
Well, you're weird.
Okay.
I mean, look, this
Like all your comedy show recommendations that you've made to me on the various streaming
right
platforms,
on.
I usually do enjoy.
Right.
And I'm not that into sci-fi.
Well, I mean, look.
Weird blue aliens. I mean, I don't care.
Well, this kind of ties in back to the Chat GPT thing with the artificial intelligence.
Now I'm
because
really not in.
Well, no, but I mean, think about it. The whole movie of Avatar is all these blue beings that they did, motion capture with, right? There's no real people in the movie. It's kind of like a hybrid animation kind of thing, but it looks so real. They look very, very real in the movie. But but this
Didn't
AI,
you get like farted on in the theater?
excuse me.
Didn't they have some kind of magic seats?
Yes,
It did some weird stuff to you.
I made the mistake of seeing it in 4D, which I highly encourage you not to do unless you like having
They
the
like
crap
spit
beat out of
water
it.
on you, and
Yeah, they spray water on you. There's fog. There's smells. There's scents.
There's a dead tuna
and
under
the
a
seats.
seat.
Yeah, the seats move.
a herring.
Like a simulator ride at Disney or Universal or something. And you know, I would expect that at a theme park, but I didn't expect that at the movie
Do
theater.
not try this on acid, kids.
And it was 3 hours and something minutes long, and it was way too much. So yeah, go see it. I've heard the best place to see this movie is in a AMC Dolby Digital theater that they supposedly have the best colors and sound.
Those are cool.
Yeah, and they said that's the place you want to see it. It's even better than IMAX. Go
Do
see
the
it.
aliens speak English?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's a weird.
They're
thing.
avatars. Duh. See, you would know this if you'd stay up with the latest technology and stuff. But
I didn't see the first movie.
But
so.
see, I feel obligated. I was obligated to see this opening weekend because of these people that I know from the dive industry that helped James Cameron on this movie, and and see what they did. And it's stunning to see. Visually, it's really remarkable, and the action sequences and stuff.
You're remarking about it right now.
It is. I am. Yeah. But I'm telling you, you ought to go see it.
Do they have tails?
Some of them do, yes. They do. Why?
I no reason.
Okay.
I'm just trying to picture what they look like.
Well, they're blue, and they got tails. They're really tall and skinny, lanky.
They have their own planet?
Pandora, duh. It looks like a pretty magical place.
Okay.
Okay, not a fan. I get it. But I think you'd like it.
Who
if you
knows?
Saw.
Maybe.
Anyway.
I don't know if I'll ever be that bored.
Yeah, but I mean, there were a lot of people that were saying that, this is bombing and blowing. No, it's not bombing at all. It's actually doing quite well, and they actually predict it's going to probably be one of the top 10 movies or top 5 movies of all time, money wise. So if you want to be one of those holdouts,
Have you guys seen it? Has Jerry and Vinny seen it, or am I the only one?
No.
I don't know. Have you, Jerry?
No, I haven't seen it. No,
I've seen it in Charlotte.
Yeah. Okay. He saw it.
Oh, he did.
It was all right.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we know some of the people in it is,
my
I feel
company was better
obligated
than
to.
the movie, probably, but still.
Your company was. Why? What was so special about you?
Well, just who I was with.
So you impressed him that much?
What's his name?
Vinny.
It was Vinny.
Vinny 3 Tanks.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. Vinny, have you seen it? You haven't went to it, have you?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
No.
So am I selling you? Are you into the idea with when there's all this underwater
I saw the first
footage?
one, and so I saw the first one.
Yeah, but this one was shot underwater. They did all the
ties up all the questions of the first movie.
No, it continues the story, as most movies do. You big dummy.
Blue people.
I know what you're thinking.
What do they do? Are they like farmers?
You know what? Ask AI. I'm done answering your questions.
No, you're like a super fan.
Yeah, that's right.
Are they in our solar system, or are they in like far away?
Okay,
Like
I've had enough of you.
Do they have spaceships?
Quiet. There'll be no more talking. You were
think
going
I've
to be
offended Greg.
Well, CJ doesn't like sci-fi, horror movies. He's more into comedies.
Comedies or good action
retro
movies.
70s porn.
Huh. Okay.
Beg your pardon?
Yeah.
You just want to go watch one of those retro porns and that.
Speaking of hair bands.
Okay.
I knew that would get Jerry.
Right. But all right, but all this conversation, Vinny, is it enticing you that you think you ought to go see it now? I mean, now that you know all these dive industry people are in it, don't you feel obligated that you want to go to support?
Well, you can't see him because it's CG,
Yeah.
right?
Well, you know who it is. You know who's doing it. You'd want to support their work, wouldn't you? As a fellow diver.
Well,
I'm asking Vinny. Vinny, what do you think? Vinny?
Oh yeah, I'll definitely see it. It's just that I don't rush to see. I wait for films to be out for a while, and then I'll go see them.
Same thing. Goes back to that whole early adopter thing. He likes to let stuff marinate.
He wants to go rent it from
Blockbuster. About it,
what?
I know. I'm trying to find a site where I can get it for free.
Oh,
boy.
Eventually, I'll find one and I'll watch it for free.
Yeah, like a year.
Everything's out there. Everything's out there.
Oh, wait,
You just have to
you're
see
talking
it.
illegal stuff.
No. I say
Oh,
everything's
okay.
out there in
the
world.
outlaw.
You just have to find it. Anything,
Okay. All right.
So I wait till I find what the version I want.
Oh, the version. Oh, okay.
He's like,
So this is
he's like rubbing his hands together.
so this is must be a spin-off in the adult side of it, right?
I know that's enough.
No.
Yeah, no. We don't want to. We're not going to go there. Let's just stop that conversation in its tracks. Don't need no AI to know when to stop. And thank God we're out of time. So, on that note, at least till next week when we could or may or may not be replaced by artificial intelligence, that'll do it. Remember, it's always better. Where, gang?
Down where it is wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
Down below if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.